you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. We continue with our discussion of The Chi as we talk about season 8, episode 4. And I think the question, at least on my mind, is Bakari out of here? Like, he may not make it past episode 5. But what's his future? What about Nuck? Is he how many of his days are numbered? That sort of thing. Is Rashad's girlfriend gonna get up out of here? Both of them. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. You can like on the video, you can comment on the video, you can share the video and that kind of stuff. Let's get to the intro and see what the crew thinks.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Iron Panther Presents. We talking facts, breaking down every scene like you're watching with the cast. Yeah. Iron Panther Presents, we break it all down. Every show, every film, best takes in town. Hit like, drop a comment, let the fan vibe. If you feel what we saying, go subscribe. Hey. Iron Panther Presents, come along for the ride. Like, comment, and subscribe. Keep us live.
Yes, so we thought Bakari was gonna be okay. I thought he was the new Kevin. I think he still is the new Kevin. This Kevin ain't making it out of Chicago though. That is as I thought. And Candy agrees, Bakari, my sweet baby. I think your end is near. So let's get into that. So Jamani, what do you think about Bakari's arc and where is it going?
He's like spiraling out of control or something. I don't know. Like, I don't understand what he was thinking in saying that as he was leaving. Like, they're gonna find out. It just made no sense. I don't. Nothing about Bakari this episode really made a lot of sense. I was waiting from last episode to see him confront Lene, which was beyond nothing. I mean, she turned the tables on him and kicked him out. I was like, this makes no sense. Fuck this show. Like, it just. I'm like, I want some Lene must die after this episode. I'm like, she solidified it. She's just like, there. But I'm like, Bakari, what is his plan? We see him beat up old boy that was talking.
Rafi, his name?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, he can handle himself. Reggie thinks he's an earner. But like I said last week, he should have been dead last week for going to work with Reggie. But Nook is like, you want to work for him? Let him work for him. I'm like, now he's scared that he's about to say something about Rob, not knowing that there's a whole audio tape out there of Zeke snitching. So I'm like, is the book going to mean anything, or is he going to die before anybody ever reads this book? I don't.
I think we talked about that will be his final will and testament, and then that will like let out all the other crimes that Nuck and crew did, but nobody reads. So like, and maybe Lene will be his narrator and speak his voice when he's gone. But Kim, what do you think about Bakari?
He's definitely gonna die. Like Courtney Kemp already said, they always set the person up. You know, you start to get more insight on the character, and then you start to see them more. They get more lines. They're conversating with everybody, and this is everything that's going on. And when his sister came to see him towards the end of the episode, I was like, he is definitely gonna die right when they're about to leave Chicago. That is when he's gonna die. They're probably gonna meet at like Grand Central Station or something, or at the airport, like LaGuardia or something. And then she's gonna be waiting and waiting and waiting, and he never comes because he's dead. So it's who kills him though. Is it gonna be Nuck, or is it gonna be what's his name?
Rafi.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those two, I think. I don't think Reg is gonna have anything to do with it.
You're 100% correct, Carm.
You said what, sweetheart?
I said you're 100% correct. It goes
Thank
back to
you.
that whole,
Oh my gosh, Giovanni said I was correct.
it goes back to that whole Menace to Society quote that they did in the second episode. Yeah, he's gonna be on the way out of town, just like in Menace to Society.
Yeah.
And he stomped somebody out this episode, so that guy might come back. It really fits.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, that's right. He did, right? he took all his frustrations out on that dude. Like, you know how when you mad about something else and you get into an argument or a fight with somebody and you just take everything, your
No.
entire world, him kicking that dude was everything that happened to him for the last couple of years, right?
I gotta get to Chris, bro, because to hear him laugh, he watched that shit like 5 times in a row and said that shit to us. I was like, hilarious. But
Yeah.
they were saying Bakari's death. His sister, as you said, his sister coming to ask him to leave Chicago with her. They're setting it up for it, and he said, "No, like this is my life." Like he chose, and he's the one that asked the question. That's what makes it such good writing, and it's hard for me to say that for the show, but. He's the one that said there's life out of Chicago, right?
He said it, yeah.
He's like, no, but not for me though. And you had a chance. So, Chris, what'd you think about that ass one, bro? Please tell me, because I heard you. That was hilarious. Please.
That was a hilarious ass fight. Like, I mean, if you want to call it a fight, that was I guess he Spartan kicked him at the end. You know, is that what that was? Like, I'm sorry. If I'm at that moment, I'm like, yo, Rafi, you getting a bullet. And they're like, why? Because I got beat up. I was like, nah, because you like a bitch the way you got put down. Like, that was terrible. I've gotten my ass kicked, right? I never went down like that. And I ain't even selling no drugs or nothing. You know what I mean? I'm from a middle-class family. That dude looked like a straight punk. Like, even when after the second hit. Why is his name Rocky? Your name is not Rocky, okay? His
name is Rafi.
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 Okay. Rafi, all right. Yes. Well, okay. I guess that was a bootleg Rocky then, because that's just, you know what I mean? Because he is definitely not that, you know? Right. But yeah, okay. So I guess to repeat what everyone's saying, yeah, Bakari definitely ain't gonna make it. Even though I've been saying that every season. but yeah, Bakari is definitely not gonna make it. Yeah, it's gonna be on some Menace to Society thing. I think it's gonna be more in line with the Penguin. In a sense, like saying, hey, yeah, I got my bus ticket. I'm going to meet you on the bus. He's like, hold on, I got to do one more thing.
One last thing.
One last thing. And then that's what, that's when he gets taken out. You know what I mean? And I think it might be like one of Devontae's or the new crew or whatever that's going to be taking them out. Like, it's going to be one of those little youngins, you know what I mean? Since they want us to be convinced that this is the new Jake / Kevin / the new school Chicago stuff. But yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Bakari ain't coming out of this alive. His book will, you know, his book will come out definitely, you know what I mean, but not him, you know. So yeah,
Bakari did the A-Town stomp on him, and he needed it. He was talking a lot of shit, and again, I feel like this is plot convenience, because I didn't think Bakari had it in him like to that level of how easy he whooped his ass. That's why I was like, they're doing this for a reason. But remember, Big Mike and Rafi's Big Mike and Rafi said, no. Who's on his side? Fuck, no, it wasn't Rafi.
Fuck. I don't know, man. They keep switching them up, man.
No,
like one guy goes this way, another guy goes that way.
But I think to Giovanni's point, when Salty Maddie. Fuck, the new guy was talking to Bakari and said, was talking to Nuck and said Bakari is working for Reg. And Nuck actually, Smitty, thank you. I was like, DeMarcus will know. Smitty told Nuck that Bakari was working for Reg. Nuck actually stood up for Bakari at this particular point. So I don't even understand the ass whooping, because he was like, so what? Let it work for that. What does that have to do with this? And then Big Mike agreed with Smitty that we should just kill both of them. So like it could be Big Mike, it could be Smitty, it could be Rafi. Like they're lining up the people that can murder him. And I hope we don't have that many episodes left. So I don't know how long this murder mystery is gonna go on. But I feel like it's sad though. And his conversation with Papa was sad on both sides, because for Papa to be like, there's some people again who want more or just accept what they have, and which one are you? He's like, I'm so trying. He's gonna kill himself. That's my prediction. Like Papa is killing himself.
Papa. I thought
Papa's he's imploding. That's what this is. This is not rage coming out. Everything's going internal, and he's gonna kill himself.
I'd be so pissed if that happens. That should not happen. I mean, but this is the Shy, as we always say. But I'll be so angry that you have this character like that just for that to happen to him. No. I don't accept what you just said, David. Because I refuse. I refuse him to go out that way. No.
It would be more consistent. It would be more consistent with his character that all of a sudden, after 7 seasons, he breaks bad all of a sudden, and he starts shooting people. That's not Papa. Like, anyway, but Jamani, what do you think? Is Papa out of here, and how, if so?
I said it like a couple episodes ago, like they were hinting at it, but I don't see it being at his own hands. I think that this is like he's just numb to everything. And I think something needs to happen to make him feel something, to do something, like be compelled to do something. Like either some revelation is going to be revealed to make him go off, or I just don't see him, like, what is going to be the catalyst to him just
snapping.
Yeah, I'm like, he's taking pills. What, he's just gonna, like Michael Jackson, like he's just gonna, or Prince, just take too many one day and just not wake up for no reason? Like, what is the reason to make him overdose, or something? I need a lot more to go on than just make that prediction.
Okay, I got you. Kim, thoughts?
I think he's gonna overdose. I think that's why they introduced the pills to him, because he normally doesn't do pills, right? He smokes a lot of weed. Now all of a sudden he's doing pills. I mean, even Bakari was like, you don't do pills. Like, what are you doing? And I think he might do it because he's in pain. Like, but the problem I have with Papa's storyline is, where is his mother? Where is his mother? If your child is in this state, I don't care if he's 1 year old or if he's 58 years old, your child is in pain and he's hurting. Where are you? Like, I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense at all to the story. He has a mom. He has family that can be there for him, and nobody is there. And even like they were doing the men's circle or whatever at the barbershop, he was so high, like very high, noticeably high, right? Because he was kind of like just sitting there, and his eyes were just glazed over, and no one except for Bakari, to me, seemed to be that concerned with Papa.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, all of these men should be concerned about Papa, because this is not his character. He is not this person that you see before him. And none of the women are even involved with Papa. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one is, except for, I would say, the girlfriend, right?
Friend. Kenya.
Yeah. I mean, she kind of is like very concerned about him, right? She is. But I don't see her. She's trying. I guess, didn't she ask Emmett or somebody to talk to him?
Last week she asked Emmett to talk to Papa.
Yeah, but have we even seen that scene? Do you know what I mean? Like,
that was last week. But
okay.
To your point, and we talked about this. Like, why hasn't she gone to his mom? Like even if he's moved out the house and she sees him as an adult, and that could be it. But why are you not going to his mother to be like, hey, he needs intervention? Like, there's something wrong with him. Like, what? Like, Emmett is not a father. I mean, to him, like, he's not family. Like, he has a mother that, like, let's do that. Let's try to bring that on, right? And she could bring the church, you know what I'm saying, to this conversation to help him get back to that. And it's like you said, it's weird that they're acting like she died. And I'm like,
it's crazy. I'm like, what the heck? This is crazy. They're acting like he doesn't have a family. Just because your dad died doesn't mean you don't have a mom. Like, what is? I don't understand the writing when it comes to Papa. I'm
make it seem like he doesn't have a community. Period. I mean,
and that's crazy.
Yeah, they clearly have a character like Victor. They kind of make it be like, hey, I want to know what's wrong with you. You know what I mean? And to your point, Kim, Victor didn't do none of that. You know what I mean? Shad didn't do none of that. Darnell is an actual father. You know what I mean? All these people who are trying to turn their lives and whatnot, you would have thought at least one of them. You're right. In that men's group, I was expecting, like, I mean, I get that because Bakari is like on that other side or whatnot. So I understand him. You know what I mean? And I kind of understand Jake a little bit. But the other three grown ass men, you know what I mean? Even Emmett. Yeah. I mean, I know Emmett got his own problems, but like Victor, Darnell, all these people, like what the hell? Like y'all see this young man, like y'all seen him since he was like growing up and whatnot, and you see he's struggling, like, you know what I mean, mentally and whatnot. Knew that his father, their father like supported all of y'all, you know what I mean, and he's gone, and then the next father figure he had was taken and whatnot, and y'all don't even put like an arm over, and y'all just literally just say, "You all right, man? Okay, damn," and then just shake your. The fuck is that? Like, what the hell is that? That ain't nothing. I'm like, what the? Yeah, that ain't no real men's group. Anyone could do that. You do a text message for that shit. That's crazy.
So we got these lazy writers. Rafi will be the one to kill Bakari. With that, Bakari can't decide if he want to be Ricky from Boys in the Hood or Kane.
Okay.
So I want to bring no, Kenya will eliminate Nuck to save Papa's life. Thank you, DeMarcus. Also, you're the one who kept on saying Kenya will be the one to tell everybody what Zay told her, and now she actually has the recording, and I didn't remember him sending the recording, but now that's a thing. So my friend Sharice, she wanted her theory, and she said, David, you misquoted me last time, but this time I'm gonna get you right, Sharice. She's saying Kenya will be the one to try to kill Nuck, right? How about Nuck finds out that Kenya is the one that ultimately tells Tiffany what he did, and then he kills Kenya. And after Kenya goes, Papa goes, I can't do this anymore. And that's the final straw. I feel like I feel like that's how it's going to be connected.
But then why wouldn't he also just take out Lene for her also saying, like, you know what I mean? It's just like there'll be a lot of other holes there too, But
when Tiffany tries to kill him, I'm saying, like, I still believe Tiffany's gonna be the one that once she finds out what she did about Rob, Tiffany will kill Nuck or at least make a serious effort. But somehow she's gonna be like, Kenya has recording evidence, even though there's no real law enforcement in this damn show. He can go to jail for that. Like, this is legit evidence against him. So Kenya got to go. So I feel like if he does make that connection, that's how that goes. I feel something like that. But I think anyway, why would Papa do anything to her? What's his final straw? I feel like Kenya is it to me.
You truly think he's going to take his own life, huh? You truly?
I'm with that. I do not. It's not consistent with his character again for him to kill anybody at this point. But he would have did it for his dad. Listen, I mean, his father was murdered, right? So I saw that. Nuck killed his dad. Point, and he knows this. Like, because I think Bakari told him, if I remember correctly. So, like, and he didn't do shit. So I don't see Pastor Zeke being too much. You know what I'm saying? Or Rob. Like, if his dad's murder couldn't do it,
I think for this show though, I mean, to your point, in real life, then yeah, absolutely, I can see that in real life. For this show, I kind of just see him like kind of maybe on board with Kenya, and both of him, like him and Kenya, you know what I mean, both try to take out Nuck, and then I'm not saying I don't think he's going to die this season. I'm just saying I don't see him taking his own life for that. You know what I mean? Like, because this stuff. Matter of fact, have we even seen anyone even do something like that even on this show? You know what I mean?
We never seen Papa the way Papa is right now. Anyway, this is not the Papa that we remember. Like, Papa was the positive one. Papa was the one that was like, "Oh, don't feel like that. Everything will be okay. Come pray with me." He was that guy, and it's like he's losing his faith. Every time you see him, you see that he's losing his faith. He is doubting God. And that's something that he was not raised to do. And so he's just, sometimes when people kill themselves, even if you've seen them the day before, and they go back to being, their normal person. Oh, someone intervene, and I'm happy now and everything is cool. They still kill themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not real. They're depressed, and this young man is extremely depressed. And in that father circle or whatever, men's circle or whatever you want to call it, that is what that circle I thought was for you to talk about what's going on in your mind, to get reassurance as a man that everything will be okay. We're here for you. And literally, they were like, "You okay, Papa? Yeah, I'm okay. Are you sure, Papa? Yeah, I'm okay." I was like, "What in the what is this?" I couldn't believe it. And so I really, if he doesn't kill himself on purpose, it may be on accident too, because he's not a pill popper,
So
right? So you take one pill, it's cool. You may forget that you took a pill, or you may be like, I need to numb myself even more, and you take another one, and that ends up killing you.
Mm.
Do you know what
so
I'm saying? It could be accident too.
So we can tie all this together. There's actually in the storyline. I promise. After this, and then I promise you, don't mind. Reg is gonna give Bakari some lace pills, and he's gonna give them the Papa. Then the writers loves to incorporate real life things into the show. They're gonna make Papa OD. The pills are laced with fentanyl. This is connected to the fact of where Reggie's getting the drugs in the first place. They already established that he's getting discounted or like off-brand drugs from the nurse who's giving it to him. So it all could be an accident. Like he could just be like, I thought they were good, but they weren't, and then therefore Bakari facilitates Papa's accidental overdose. And
yeah. That makes sense too.
So it's not malice on anyone's part. It just happens, and he goes out. What's up, Jermaine?
I don't think it's going to be Kenya that's going to be the catalyst. If he does have an accidental overdose, I think it would probably be Bakari, because he sees Bakari as like a brother, for like the past few seasons. So I'm like, I think if Bakari dies, I think that would put him into a deeper depression and taking more pills, and or he finds Bakari's stash. Like, Bakari has a bunch of pills that he didn't get off yet before he dies, and he just takes a bunch of them, or takes too much.
And so but I like the idea, Giovanni, that Bakari is going to die. So this makes more sense. So Bakari dies, and then he's murdered, actually, and then either way, and then that makes Papa again overdose and therefore kill him and kill himself, like either on accident. So then those two go, and then you kind of leave Jake being the last one standing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how does this impact him? I thought his mom distanced herself from him when he started working for Pastor Zeke, so she don't know what's going on. There was some issue with that, because I think he actually sold the church the family church to him. I thought because he was preaching in their pulpit. But even to Kim's point, she's still alive and still in Chicago, so Kenya should still reach out to be like, hey, even more reason why Kenya needs to step up and be like, hey, Mom, your son ain't doing too well. Can we try to put this together? Also, I thought that Victor and Rashad made no effort to challenge the rest of these men, or why they did not come with Jake. Why they did not come see them first. The only person who came to see them was Fatima. But Fatima for Victor. She's the only one, and he has made no effort to contact her or even say her name since he's been out of jail. And Bakari was the only one to come see Rashad. But yet he's sitting around with Darnell and with Emmett, like they're all bosom buddies or some shit, or even Jake. And I'm like, we were locked up. Y'all couldn't say, hey, how you doing? We're gonna be all right. We're here for you morally. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. But all of a sudden they sit around like they're all friends. I was like, fuck this.
Maybe they wrote letters. Maybe they wrote letters like Tiffany did.
So that should at least be acknowledged. To your point, Kim. Chris, excuse me, Kim. I want to talk about Rashad and his new girlfriend, Patience. What was Patience going to tell him that all of a sudden she was like, never mind? What are your predictions?
Probably about Rosalind.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think it's about Rosalind. I think she know, like remember the young lady told her it was Rosalind who paid me off, and she decided not to do that because she doesn't want Rashad to go to jail, and Rashad will go to jail behind Rosalind, trying to frame him and Victor. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good choice she made. Don't tell him. He doesn't really need to know. Let's just move on. He's out of jail now. They're both out of jail. Let's move past.
Oh, okay. I see. What's up, Giovanni? You got a different thought.
I'm like, I see where Kim is coming from, but I'm like, this show is just too, shall I say, like, not misogynistic, but almost, right? Like, it's just, why is it that, like, you have like a Lene or something like that? They'll never put a guy against a girl or a guy killing a girl. It's like they brought Rosalind in to come and kill Alicia, which is another female. Like, and that's the only female we've ever seen being killed. I'm like, I want to. There needs to actually be some sort of reality where a woman does something bad enough for a man to kill him or whatever in this series, because it almost makes it unrealistic by them not actually confronting issues like that.
All right, Chris, thought.
I'm sorry. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
So Rosalind. So the fact that Patience, we believe Patience was going to tell Rosalind. It was going to tell
Rashad
that it was Rosalind. That
I was going back and forth. Yeah,
Okay.
I was going back and forth to think like either it was that or the fact that she had a son, but then the son thing wouldn't have been that strong enough because I don't think Rashad would have really given a damn. You know what I mean? That was, I think that was a surprise to all of us, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you do have. Oh, so you were the trifling mom that like had your son waiting, then in that community center. Like that was you, you know what I mean? Because I think we all, like in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, she probably just hood rat chick or whatever who's like all in the streets or whatever. No, she's that's just her. Like really, like you know what I mean? But yeah, I get. But the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, it would make more sense if it is Rosalind. Like the way, you know what I mean? Just the setup. The setup was. It was kind of clearly that she just really knew who killed Alicia. You know what I mean? And for something that would have been more impactful for Rashad, because he truly did love her, even though they did break up. You know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, I'm on board with that as well.
So real quick, yes. So Jake went to go see Victor. So I guess my big issue was Emmett. Well, he's the one that picked him up. So that's not really my problem. Like Jake was committed to his brother. And then there was Bakari went to go see Rashad. So it's really like Emmett and Darnell that I'm like, it's strange that they made no effort to go see their fellow grown man, friends who they knew probably didn't kill Alicia. I think Patience was going to tell Rashad about her son. I also disagree with that. I think it was Rosalind because usually when these things happen, people die, right? So supposedly Patience has people watching Nora, right? But Rashad doesn't know why they need to watch Nora. So again, I don't tell you the information. So Rosalind, either on camera or off camera, kills Nora and then kills Patience because Nora tells her again, like Rashad said, whoever paid you the money is gonna be upset that you recanted your story. So Rosalind kills Nora after Nora tells her that she told Patience, and then she kills Patience, and then that's a lot of killing these other episodes. And then Rashad is like, "Damn, I lost everybody." But I feel like that's the only way this makes sense, and we should give a shit, about this whole thing. Also, I don't know if I said this on camera. It's interesting that Rashad never is alone. Like he stays in draws, right? Like he just moves from one woman to another with ease. But Victor,
because he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that I hate. But I do. I don't like men who leech off of women. I can't stand them. I
right?
was married to a guy like that. And it's that's what he is. He does not know how to stand on his own 2 feet and take care of himself. At this point of how long he's been out of jail, he should at least be in a studio apartment. At least in a studio apartment. And if he can't do that, like most of these kind of guys, yes, a homosexual, that's what he is.
But he got a record, Kim. He got
It
like
no. He that doesn't even make he if he has money for if he has a job, he can get like a room. He could be a roommate, which I hate men who have roommates, but anyway, um,
Damn.
grown men with roommates. I really do. If I can live on my own, you can live on your own. It's called working. Okay.
All right.
But you don't have
So
a felony or felonies.
it doesn't. I
It
know
doesn't
there's
matter.
plenty of people who can get and seeing as how he lives, in a certain part of Chicago, he can still, even though he's a felon, he can still get an apartment. Okay.
Yeah.
And he could still get a roommate. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess him and Victor are technically roommates because he stays in Victor's
Yes. I
house.
mean,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So that makes sense. But he still is not able to stand on his own 2 feet. And he needs women. He craves women. He needs that love and an assurance and that he's just one of those guys. He is a homosexual, and I can't stand men like that. Just get out of my face. Like, be a man. Stand on your own 2 feet. I don't care what felonies you have. You know, there's plenty of felons right now. There's felons who own businesses right now. I mean, you can't use that as an excuse, you know.
Does he pay rent? We assume. I hear you. I think to me it's more of the writing and how they make these women look so desperate that they continue to pick a person in this particular situation.
Yeah.
Not that you're trying to shame them, but it's like Patience just got this man off of murder charges, and she's dropping the draws by talking to his previous girl who confirmed that they were together all night. So like, got it, baby. I'm gonna take this, man. I'm like, what is happening? But somehow Victor is struggling, and he looks far better. So I thought from a casting perspective, I just think it's interesting that Victor's the one who's like, damn, I just wish I could find someone to love me. Then we got Kevin is the only one free from the BS happening in Chicago. Facts.
I think he'll come back. I think Kevin kills Nuck. Okay, Kevin comes back.
Oh my gosh, no.
Okay. Out of nowhere, because what did the actor say? Actor said, "Hey, look, like I got other jobs, other jobs. I ain't seen them in shit. I ain't seen them in shit. That's a good point. Damn thing.
Right? Wasn't he in them?
What
them?
Yeah.
No.
Is there a show named Them?
No, you're talking about Devontae.
Oh no! No! Not him.
No, I'm talking about the Amazon show, the Them, where Victor was in it too.
Again, I thought that was
no. Victor was in Them, but no, was he?
Kevin had one scene in there.
Oh, all right, okay.
You sure?
But that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's
almost
3.
Yeah. That was a minute ago, man. That was he ain't doing nothing.
I don't understand Rashad's point or role in this show. I don't know either at this point. Right, always staying with somebody. Yes. I just want to know if Emmett and Keisha leave Chicago for all the other plots. So thank you for that segue. So I knew knew this was going to be a problem when Darnell found out. I was like, as trifling as his son is, and Keisha should know that Emmett sees himself as a traditional man, whether he is or not, and he's responsible as a father or as a husband, he still sees himself like that. And there's no effing way he would let her disrespect him by proposing to him. Like, she has to know that this is not the right way to keep him in his life. And why of all men would she do it to these? But that's another story. That ship is safe.
Didn't they just tell the social worker that we're going to counseling?
I don't know where even that came from.
We're going to couples counseling, and then you're like, I should propose after you said we're working through it. Like, no,
I just
no.
Well, actually, some people do go. I know before I got married, I went to couples counseling before I got married. But so you can do it. I mean, it's to really strengthen the relationship, and also to see whether you should actually get married.
Kim, that your couples counseling sounds completely different than what they were talking about. Yeah, your couples counseling, to your point, is in the fact of like, let's make sure that we have a stronger bond here. This one's more like, ooh, we're at wit's end.
Yes,
let's go to couples counseling. Yes, that's the way they looked at each other. They were like, hey, how are you two doing? And they're like, we're working through it. That line told me everything, and the fact that they followed up with like couples counseling. And then you're gonna say, I'm thinking about proposing. Like, no, how about y'all fix that shit first. Fix it first. And then y'all talk about some proposing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's kind of like when couples are having issues and they have a baby. It's like, why did you do that? Like it just makes it worse.
That's different. That's a little different because
but it's true. A lot of people do that. Having babies is extremely stressful. It's stressful and it's trying. You're right. And so why, if you two alone are having issues, now you bring on a child and which is stressful. That doesn't make any sense, but that's what people do.
But what I'm saying is sometimes with you having a baby though, for many people, unfortunately, the baby's not on purpose. Obviously they should have known, like, a lot of times like, yo, let's have makeup sex or whatever. And then, just like, oh, it doesn't feel right with wearing that protection or whatever. And then, boop, You know, you have a baby. No, the marriage thing, it costs money initially for you to even think about doing that, right? So you got to prep for that. You know, a baby thing just happens. You know, whether you prepare for it or not. It's
actually happens when you don't prepare. Actually,
yeah, if you don't prepare, the babies happen. You know, I got a buddy of mine who thought like because he got himself like kind of, you know, he got himself snipped. Thought he was good. You know what I mean? And essentially, they didn't get everything out.
Yeah, I know that happened to a girl like that. It was the opposite.
Right.
She got herself fixed and ended up pregnant at like 35.
You don't just oops, like a baby, you can have a oops. You don't just oops, I'm married now. Like that just does not happen.
All right, fine. So let's get back to the couples. So what do you think about where Keisha and Emmett are going? Please.
They're doing this to try to, I don't know, fix whatever with social services. They think it'll look more favorable if they're married. So they're doing it for the wrong reasons. But as far as this whole gender role stuff, I'm like, I sent y'all the clip of Janet Jackson saying she's never been asked out. Every time she's been the one to ask somebody out. So I'm like, I don't think Keisha is above Janet Jackson. So I'm like, if you want equal rights, you got to take all of it. Like, you can't pick and choose this or that. Well, I want this, but I don't want that. Hey, if you want to own land, if you want to have a job, the right to vote, hey, you got to get down on one knee. And especially if you, Keisha, and you already basically denied him when he proposed before. So now it's your turn.
Did you really compare this to Janet Jackson?
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not.
I'm sorry, but if Janet Jackson came up to me, I don't care. Like, if she said, "Hey, like, I want to date you right now," I'm like, "Okay." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, obviously I'm married, so that ain't gonna happen now. But if I was single, you know what I mean? But that's a little different than just like straight, you know, like. I'm sorry, even if Oprah Winfrey, like 10, 15 years ago, she comes up to you and say, I want to marry you. You gonna be that sister. Okay, I guess I'll be your stepman. Like, you just gonna say, yeah. You know what I mean? That's not a good comparison, man. You can't compare.
And people are intimidated by Janet Jackson. I mean,
but they ain't gonna say
she's
no.
a powerful woman. Like, who?
They're not gonna say no. Are they gonna say no?
No. If she asked them out, of course you'd say yes. But she's a powerful woman. I mean, men coming up to her is scary for the man because of who she is.
Yeah.
But that was Jemani's point. They're like, but again, Jemani, I guess what we're trying to say is that Keisha is not Janet. So like Keisha, so like, you know what I'm saying? So Emmett is not intimidated by Keisha. Like, that's not the situation. No. You know what I'm saying? So if she's gonna do this, it needs to be it needs to be for the right reasons. But I also want to connect this to their conversation to Devontae about this unnecessary damn scene about him asking he's maybe middle school, asking another middle schooler, are you on OnlyFans? What in the fuck is happening with any of this bullshit? Like, who wrote this shit and thought this was okay? Like, how the fuck did we get? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track. But I was like, this is some silly ass shit. Anyway, that being said,
I'm like, that's technically saying, hey, do you participate in child porn? Like,
right. And her response was, why are you asking? Like, but you shouldn't even have one. Why is this conversation going anywhere? By the way, what's your name? You're not cute enough to even know my name.
That's not true though, because OnlyFans. Okay, because I mean, obviously, when people think of OnlyFans, they only think of one thing. But that was the same thing with Snapchat. If you think about what Snapchat was initially for, it was like literally just in the news. Now people's like, oh, what's your Snapchat? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like IG. Now OnlyFans, believe it or not, there are a lot of people that have OnlyFans that do not take off their clothes. Now they have OnlyFans where all they're doing is cooking, wearing clothes and cooking. You know what I mean? Someone who just might like wear some provocative stuff. You know what I mean? So I guess the argument can be made just saying like, well, I mean, not necessarily negative, but to your point, with this being the show that it is, you know, the writers could be trying to think of some debauchery type shit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying I think the OnlyFans you're thinking about is the OnlyFans that came out 5 or 6 years ago. That's not the exact same OnlyFans that you're seeing today. You know, if that makes any sense.
If you listen to the,
You know.
but Chris, their conversation was very pointed.
It was sexual.
It was sexual. She like the one. She's probably from the burbs. Those would be the ones. It's like they're watching Euphoria, and I'm like, no, you don't need to be doing that shit either. Anyway, Devontae is in the 8th grade. As silly as the scene was with Devontae, the girl was realistic. So, and the girl was realistic. If he was genuinely trying to approach her in the sense of, hey girl, you look cute, can I get your social media so we can stay in contact? And she's like, nah, I'm good. You ain't at my level. That would have been realistic. And then that would have related to the conversation of Devontae trying to have with Emmett and Keisha of like, how do you talk to a woman? But I just thought it was insane.
But let me ask you a question, David. So when's the last time you talked to a child that age or sat around and listened to the children that age to hear whether this is realistic or not?
True.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like and of course I'm older than all of you guys. But what I'm saying is that if you really listen to what you're saying, we're going by what we used to hear, right? When we were that age, or what we assume that, should be appropriate for someone that age, right? We live in a whole different world than what we grew up in. This is a totally different world. These middle school kids act like they're in college. Like the way that they talk to each other, they say some crazy stuff, and they're doing crazy stuff online. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she had an OnlyFans. I wouldn't be shocked. It was against the law for sure, but they got to find it though, right? They got to find the OnlyFans. It has to get like flagged or something. These girls is out here doing a lot of stuff they shouldn't be doing. So maybe that's why they worded it the way they did.
With Snapchat was supposed to be for those 18 and over, but then it was that big controversy that came out with all these high schoolers and even younger than that was on Snapchat doing some crazy stuff on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's no way to really block it because you can just lie about your age. You know what I mean? And it's not like there's an ID system.
Right?
So,
yeah.
So wait a minute. So this is actually my other part. The cute girl was giving me Maisha vibes. Thank you for that, because they are really they're trying to make Devontae, Mondo, and Tevin the new Three Musketeers. Like, they are really trying hard with this shit, and I'm like, you need to stop it. Like, it's too late in this series, and these are not
too late. Too late.
They are all different versions of Jake. That's what they are. Okay, but to me, Devontae is supposed to be Kevin. Does anybody else see that?
Yes, absolutely.
Especially with this Maisha scene, especially like he's the leader who went to go talk to the girl. I'm like, that's Kevin. Like, that's supposed to be
Kevin, yeah,
right. And then Mondo is Papa, chubby and all. Mondo is Papa, and I was like, hey, can we go get something to eat? I was like, he's the cute little chubby kid, and I'm like, and I get that.
You know how it's gonna end, David? All three of them are gonna be sitting on a stoop. Like, remember how Kevin and them used to be outside? They would ride their bikes, and then they'd sit down and have like these long conversations.
Yeah,
that's how the Shy is going to end, with those three as the new young men.
And as it goes off into the sunset, like somehow Emmett is Darnell, like sitting down, like look at these kids these days, like on their phone.
Yeah,
like, and then Tevin is definitely Jake, like the troubled family, drug dealers, you know what I'm saying? Like, somehow I'm like, we are 6 episodes into the end of the series. This is not the time to bring in a new 3.
But that's why I was saying that they got rid of EJ. They got rid of EJ.
So thank you. No. Forget EJ. I'm talking about Ronnie. Like that's what really pissed me off about this scene. At least they acknowledge that Ronnie is smart enough to stay in the house. So where the fuck is Ronnie? When these kids are sitting on their phones playing video games, where the fuck is Devontae's brother, the one they kept? Like, where is this one? He's not even mentioned. I'm like, fuck y'all. Anyway, Giovanni, the Three Musketeers. Thoughts?
I would say it definitely would not be in Kevin's character I don't think to be bringing guns to school and stuff, but
that's why they're the Jake versions. Like, they're the YN version, as they say these days. Like,
this is a new version. It's not. It's meaning that, like, they're like with Stranger Things. At the end of Stranger Things, they showed the new kids that
Yeah.
were going to be doing exactly the same thing as the older kids, right?
Yeah.
So they showed their replacement. So it's the same thing.
Mhm.
They're just the new three. Yeah, they're different because they're a different generation. These are
And
two
it might
different
be a little bit more.
generations.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like even it. Like even when you saw it, the prequel, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
Loser Club was one way, and then the new ones were like, "Say, you know what? Yeah, I just effed your mom," and we're like, "Whoa, like completely different from the previous generation." You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry, Jamon. What do you think of the three parents, all that kind of stuff? Please, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think that I want to see Shad, try to play stepdad or what have you, because it seems like Patience, is like a workaholic or something. So I guess that'll be his job. He'll be Mr. Mom Nanny, Mrs. Doubtfire without the the cross dressing or whatever. But that type of stuff. I want to see. I would rather see more of the little man's group or whatever with Wendy Raquel Robinson.
See Riley.
Nah, you just want to see her. You just want to see her. You just want to see her.
You got more out of that scene than you got out of this barbershop scene, which is there. I don't know. They just chose to do it in a barbershop or whatever because are they paying homage to barbershop because it was a movie in Chicago or something like that?
No, but that's Charles's barbershop.
Yeah,
look at the pastor.
Yeah,
I get that, but he wasn't.
I think there's multiple things.
Yes,
he was there.
I think it's also the LeBron.
He didn't say anything though.
Yeah.
Well, he did. Like, see, he said he said something to pop. Like they turned to a camera on him, so he said something very quickly. But he wasn't part of the conversation. Yeah. But to your point, Dre was there, and he does what, and Tiffany's never stopped by, and she might get a haircut. And I was like, so all that was in there. But real quick to Jamani. So will Patience tell Rashad that Mondo is her son? Are we gonna get a daddy moment since Father's Day is coming up? For example.
Yeah. I don't see why not. If they, if they've already had their first date and all that. Yeah, I see that coming in the next episode or two. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Hannibal has to come back on because of Kayla. How do you feel about Desiree and Jake's situation? I felt like they looked like a happy lesbian couple. Is when they took when Desiree took a selfie of those two together, Jake is so feminine that when I saw them in that photo, I was like, if it wasn't for that little facial hair he got, lesbians. Like that, like that.
Oh man, he said little facial hair.
Like he looked so bitch. Like I was like, why? I said it to my friend Sharice. She was like, no, David. I was like, yes. And her cheekbones look so.
I just don't see that he looks like a young man that looks like he looks like his mom. Like he has his mom's face, but that doesn't mean that he's feminine. It's just that he look. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like my kids look like me, but they're not feminine. They're men.
Like it's the hair and everything. He is pretty. Like he is all the hair and the shit. If it wasn't for his, I'm telling you, he could pass for a trans woman. And her cheekbones, cheekbones were so. She looked like, I swear to God, when I saw her cheek, I was like, she could be. Anyway, I'm really getting off track with this.
No, but you gotta understand nowadays, like in the early 2000s, you had what is it? Queer as fuck, whatever that the metrosexual, right?
The L word.
You talking about the L word?
No, the real life thing or whatever.
Queer is something.
No,
Yeah,
but it was like the metrosexual thing was
queer guy for the straight guy. Queer eye for the straight guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now it seems like it's gotten to the hood where guys are, are doing their like getting manicures and clear fingernails and all of that type of pretty type stuff or whatever, have longer hair, braids and dreads and all of that. So I'm like, it's just a sign of the times.
Thank you. He looks like a stud in that fucking photo. Like he just does. Like even studs can have some hair on the. Thank you.
We talk about the studs in this episode. I was like, how do they even know each other? Like
studs know each other. They stick together. They go to the stud meeting.
They got a chat, man. There's a chat. There's a group chat.
Brittany
is there? Have you guys joined it?
I'm just saying they're from Chicago. It's not that many. They have to share the strap-ons in some way, form, or fashion. But I'm like,
the only one that was missing was the deaf one that was messing with Rosalind.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I Okay. So this is I want to get to my own thumbnail because I'm getting off track. Bakari turned into Tariq because we talked about this last episode. I said he will be moving drugs at Smokies, and I'm like, this is 100% course correct. Except he didn't get caught like dumbass Tariq, and he's doing it all by himself. But I'm like, how are you late to work because of drug dealing when you're drug dealing at work? Like both of the jobs are done together and he's still late. But I was like, this is 100% Power Book 2, but better. I'm like, because he hasn't got caught.
He ain't got a car. That's why he's late.
Because he has what?
Because he ain't
He
got a
doesn't
car.
have a car.
So again,
Yeah,
we talked about that. Damn it. That's what Uber don't cost that much. That's like $10, $15 depending on the ride. Like, how is he still broke? How is he still broke? Like, I don't understand this. What is he doing with his money? Where's the money going? Anybody?
Maybe he's paying for Lene's house or something. I don't know. I mean,
Not anymore. He ain't. Not
What's up?
anymore.
Right, he just got.
well, remember when he was with Nuck? Well, I mean, Nuck was paying him, but now Reg is not even paying him. He's giving him drugs, like on consignment, basically.
Isn't he saying what Papa? Isn't that why we saw him and Papa on the floor, like on sharing?
Yeah, I think he's staying at Papa's house right now.
Well, they're all staying with they're all staying with Lene. That's the point. They're staying in Lene's house. And
Papa is too.
Papa too?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. Oh, they said you can stay here. So he ain't got to put. So I don't know where the fuck they at because she kicked. Yeah, they're all staying at Lene's house. He don't got to put. How is Papa paying for drugs? What is he doing for money? Anybody?
You know, doesn't he still have Papa's pulpit?
Yeah, he had Papa's pulpit, and he demonetized it somehow.
Yeah, but you can monetize it. I mean, I thought that he had like a really big following though.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what does Papa Pulpit sound like right now? Like, I'm sad, and like it sounds like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh or something. Like,
it's that. Plot convenience. Neither does Tariq don't have a car either. He just runs everywhere. Doesn't Papa work at Smokey? He hasn't been there in a very long time, so I really don't think he works at Smokey's either. Unless he's smoking, but I don't know if he's working at Smokey's. His daddy's life insurance policy. They need to explain how he's getting all this money. All studs know each other. I just got a feeling. But no, seriously. When I was like, this is Shawnita, she's from the streets. Somehow she doesn't see the fact that there's drug dealing going on at the restaurant she manages. And it ain't that big. Like, I don't see how she doesn't know that. Like, I thought he was cutting her in on some of it, but that's ridiculous. And Emmett has no clue. So that means not only he's not managing his own restaurant, he's not even taking care of his kids. Like,
I don't. No. I think that she does know that something's going on because she said to Bakari, "I used to be in the streets too." And like basically, I know what you're doing, but she let it go.
She knows he's generally drug dealing, not in the restaurant. I took it like that's how I took it. I know you're doing something, but not right here in this restaurant.
Yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't know that yet. No,
that's what I'm saying. That was my problem with that. Okay. What's up, Chris?
Oh no, I was sneezing.
All right, Jamani, any thoughts on Anita and why she's still here? Please.
But I'm like, he wasn't selling in the store. He was selling it back behind the store. So I'm like,
no, he was selling it in the store. He sold it at the table. He sold it at the table and in the back of the store.
Okay, because I didn't see that part. I saw the part where he's selling it outside. All right.
Yeah. Like he dropped off a plate of food to two ladies and pills were under it. He actually reminded me of Dre, so I was gonna give him credit from Power when we started moving drugs in the club. It's kind of like that. I want the special sauce. They should have explained this whole thing Power style. They should have been like, okay, guys, this is my plan. When people ask for the hot wings extra value meal, that's when I give them the pack of drugs. I was like, oh, okay. And it's all built into the price or some shit. But no. Papa works for Jake. So he's the social media person on top of Jake's event planning. Is that what we're doing? And why? All these random side stories. I know. Didn't Tariq rent a car for Alpha Tyreek? Yeah, he did. At some point, he did rent a car, like a luxury car. Like he was balling out there for a little bit, like later seasons. I hope next episode Victor do something to Reg for real. Victor needs to go find Fatima and just leave Chicago and raise no kids and just like.
No, he don't have Tiffany. No, he gonna get Tiffany. He gonna get Tiffany back. He gonna get Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they still got to do that. They still have to do that storyline. You know, that storyline is incomplete. So,
Are you talking about Victor?
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that, are we not talking about Victor? I'm sorry.
That's what you said. So let's reframe it as Tiffany. Tiffany's inability to say she does not love Nuck. Who is her heart with?
Victor.
Victor. It's gonna be Victor. I think it's gonna be Victor. Yeah.
You got Victor? Jamani, thought?
No. I just think I don't think that she has gotten to Victor yet. I don't know if she will, but I think she's still mourning Rob. But she's one of those people who's like, I can't just be alone. I have to be with somebody, right? So she's with Nook. And the conversation between her and Keisha was funny as fuck because it was like, oh, y'all doing good? Oh, you ain't got to worry about me because, you know, last time you guys were doing good, I tried to take them from you. But you ain't got to worry about me this time.
Well,
okay, yeah, that was a ridiculous.
Sorry. Hold on. Let me get back to this. There you go, Chris. What's going on?
Oh no. I was to your point, Jamani. That was a ridiculous conversation because when we first got introduced to Emmett, he was with Keisha, and then because he was no longer with his ex, which was Tiffany, and then he went to Tiffany, and then after that, and then I guess he went to Dom and whatever, and then he goes back to Keisha. So this whole like, oh, I'm done with him. Like, nah, y'all said that before, and then he was right up in the bed with y'all again. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, this is. I forgot who just said it earlier today, but yeah, I think it was you, David. But yeah, what they do, what they write for these women in this show, is just terrible. It's just freaking terrible. Like why y'all do that?
They write them as desperate. That's what they do. Needy women.
And that's why I think Tiffany is going to go in Victor's arms. I feel like she's going to find, when she finds out what Reg did, you know what I mean, or get it confirmed at that point. Then yeah, she's gonna run into Victor's arms, and then then they're gonna have their thing. You know what I mean? That's just what we have here.
Victor's self-esteem is low if he gets with Tiffany after she chose Nuck over him. Also,
this show does that though. You know what I mean? Yeah. This show is infamous for that. You know,
I think Victor will get. I think that will happen again after she kills Nuck. And she can't be without a man. Like she can't be alone. But I can see those two getting together again. I would like Victor to feel like the justify Fatima coming back. I also think, and I said this before, as adjusted as Keisha is, that she was like, "Hey, girl, again, like he's mine, and I got no worries that Emmett's going anywhere, right? Where's Zuri? Any sex addict? But anyway." That she's like, hey, you and me, Tiffany, you can move on with Nuck. He's just my, Nuck's just my baby's dad. I like that level. I think Tiffany still cares for Emmett though. Like if this show is consistent, she still cares for Emmett, and not that she'll get with him, but somehow it's like that's really that's where her heart is truly at, and he just fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? But that's why she can't commit to anybody, outside of him.
But couldn't it be Rob too? I mean. She loved Rob, I thought. I think she'll always love Emmett. I mean, he was her husband and he's her baby father. But I do think that Rob was like, she really loved Rob. I think that she's still mourning him. And I think Nuck, the more stuff she finds out about Nuck, she's like, I just can't. Like, you nigga, you just out here killing people. Like, no. Like,
So is Reg and Nuck gonna fight? They need to do that. Please don't not this again. I'll bring in Tiffany and Emmett back together. I hope they do fight. That was like last season. What I don't need is another episode where someone else questions why Reg is still alive. Fuck me. Like we've already established he came back from the dead. He is Hood Jesus. Let's let this thing or really Lazarus.
And all these people knew Reg. All these people knew Reg though. Like
apparently everybody knew this motherfucker. It was like, oh, I can't believe he's dead. Can you believe he's dead? I can't believe he's dead. I was like,
I can understand Duda because Duda, like literally, he was on all, like in the words of Suge Knight, like all in the videos. You know what I mean? Like he was like. You know what I mean? It's just like he was everywhere. That dude was he was Diddy. He was everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's just Reg
I
wasn't.
mean, Reg is like the neighborhood drug dealer, right? He's one of the big ones, like Nuck,
Keyword
right?
neighborhood. Keyword neighborhood.
Neighborhood, but like
Yeah.
random new people are just like, hey, oh my god, real quick, back to Keisha and back to their Cosby show parenting moment with Devontae. Devontae, again, I tried to approach a young lady, it didn't go well. For Keisha to say, treat that young woman the way you would want someone to treat me. Who the fuck are you? like last time I checked, you're my dad's fourth baby mama. Because, and then I watched my dad marry another woman. This is real personal to me. I watched my dad
Obviously.
like I watched my dad marry another woman, which wasn't you, bitch. And then he gave away that. Like, how does Keisha even begin to wrap her mind that she's the example of what a woman is supposed to be to Devontae of all people, and that therefore Emmett is the standard of how a good woman is supposed to be treated? What the fuck? Like, this was the dumbest shit I've ever heard in this whole thing. Because mind you, right at the beginning of the episode, he said, "Are you guys breaking up?" He was questioning their very relationship in the same episode.
Well, that's because she said something about counseling, that they're going to counseling. So he's like, "Are y'all breaking up?" Yeah, I mean, he's a kid. He's like, "What? Why are y'all going to counseling?"
My point is the very thing. Why would Keisha think that he would consider her as the standard of and their relationship? Basically, Emmett is the standard of how you're supposed to treat a woman.
Because that's all he knows. Who is he gonna? What other person is showing him a standard? What other person? The mother doesn't have a man, and obviously. So what other man does he have that he can see? Oh, this is a good marriage, or this is a good relationship, but that's not a good relationship. Who else? His mother's not married. They don't even show her with a boyfriend. So who's the little boy gonna compare it to?
I would say that would have been okay. Let's see. Anybody else want to jump in on this? I have my own response before.
Maybe Grandma Jada, because Jada was a good grandma. You know, maybe
she was a good grandma, but but what about relations? David's talking about relationship. Frank and Darnell were not a good relationship. It took years for them to have one. That was healthy.
But I guess I'm saying with Emmett's response, Kim, as much as we review Tyler Perry stuff, right, and we go his dialogue is shit, right?
Yes, terrible.
It was 100% Tyler Perry when Emmett said, "These kids are too young to be talking about girls." Keisha's response, "No, they're not. Yeah, you're right. They're younger. They're acting older than we are." That was less than 3 seconds.
He said, when I was their age, I had 2 girlfriends.
And this is where Keisha stops and goes, "Don't be like Emmett, but we need to talk." Right? Like you are not the example of what we want our sons to be. We need to do better. We need to show them better, right? And that should have been the moment, not Emmett going toe-to-toe with his 8th grade son about having too many girlfriends. I want to have 3. What the fuck are we doing right now? Like, again, he didn't marry your mama. He married EJ's mama. And where is EJ now? That's right. He's not even in the fucking house. Like these are the conversations. I said this so many times. This is where Dante needs to be like, was my mom not good enough? Like, why the fuck would you marry Tiffany and then she's gone? Like, who is a good woman, Dad? Like, what kind of woman should I have in my life? That's what I'm saying. What's up, Jamal? I see him. What's up?
I'm like, I think that you're putting adult values on kids, and if you grow up in dysfunction, you're not looking for this normalized. They don't even have it on TV anymore. It's not like the Cosby Show is a TV show that's in first run right now to be like, this is what a 2-parent household looks like, so to say. It's, hey, this is what everybody's single parent around me. This is just
Modern Family. You got Modern Family, you know.
That show has been off for like 5, 6,
7 6 years.
Yeah, I'm like, that's pretty much.
These kids are not watching that show anyway.
No. So I'm like, yeah, this is just the norm for him. He needs to, I guess, like show by example. But Emmett is so fucked that even if he did marry Keisha, it's still there's so much baggage that it would never be normalized. It just he needs another role model outside, or he needs to go to church or something. Find like a Papa's dad or something to role model or something.
Or bring Common's character.
The girls club or something.
Bring Common's character back. See, we haven't seen him since what, like was it first season, second season, or whatnot?
Second season.
Bring him back. You know what I mean? Which would be a great finale. In itself to bring him back and actual Chicagoan. You know what I mean? And then yeah, there you go. I don't know. Maybe not.
Darnell will talk to Emmett and Devontae about their relationship. Let's not do that.
Ooh, that's the even worse.
That's even worse.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like
God.
as we've already established in 2 conversations, Darnell's the reason Emmett is who he is, and just perpetuating the problem. Again, I'm just saying, Keisha, at some level, should be like, you treat a woman with respect, or you treat a woman, you listen to her. Like she could give him advice of how to treat a woman, even if it's what I wish your dad would have done for me. Even if in back for mind, that's where it comes from. That's a different message. That's what I'm saying. She's not his mother. So, and that's what you say when you're talking to your child, at least the one that you're raising. He's like, oh, I hold you to an esteem, and I've been with you for years or something. He just met this girl basically like at least a couple months ago at this point. You know what I'm saying? That he's consistently been living with her and seeing her as a mama is what I'm saying. So anyway, I just thought it was weird. Seasons 1 and 2.
And that's why, again, like I know I keep saying this, and that's why I am super convinced that role was meant for EJ, and then why they had to switch him out. They had to switch it out because of the whole actor. Like everything that I'm seeing with this character, what they're doing Devontae, it just doesn't make sense because they just introduced him. I'm thinking, and then it just signifies to myself, no, this stuff was for EJ, but then they couldn't. But then the actor just didn't link up. Possibly, I don't know. No, maybe they'll talk about it at the end. Maybe there'll be after thing, and they'll say like, oh, something happened with the actor or something. I don't know.
No, I agree with you, Chris. I feel like that's probably what happened. Trig's heart is with Amani. That would be an interesting if they at least brought her up in dialogue. Keisha, I won't say Keisha is not trash, DeMarcus. I'm just saying like it's a poor example.
She makes terrible decisions. She makes
but all these women do, but they don't have a lot of good choices.
But I mean, but look at who she grew up with. Nina made bad decisions.
Not Dre. Dre was good. Dre was a good one.
Nina. Well, Dre was.
Yeah, a good partner.
Okay. I mean, yes, he's a good partner, but I'm just saying, Nina was not the best mom. And then Keisha grew up. She's a child of divorce. She doesn't know what a good relationship looks like. She has no clue what it looks like. Emmett has no clue what a good relationship looks like. This is just this. Nobody. The only person that Emmett has ever seen who actually tried to get it together was Jada and Darnell towards the end of her life.
Yeah.
They tried. So they don't know. So Keisha, I feel like you're being really hard on Keisha. Keisha is trying to be the mother figure for these children, right? And she's known Emmett since she was in elementary school. So she's known him for years. And when he had children, you're going to tell me that Keisha's never been around his kids ever? She was sleeping with him in high school, and you don't think that she's ever been around his kids. He's got a bunch of kids. You don't think that once in a while she saw him and he had to bring the kid with him or something like that? I mean, if you think about it, like she's seen these kids, but right now she's trying to be a mother figure in the house.
One of them.
Give her that. Let her try to be what she needs to be for these kids, right? Now, nobody's saying she's perfect because being a mom is not perfect. And she's not trying to fill these women's shoes. They know they have a mom. But when they're at her house, she's the mom. And Emmett is the dad. Period.
So it's good. So again, I'm not trashing her as a parent. I'm saying, and to this point, neither one of them has made any effort to contact his mother and be like, yo, he's not been in school for a couple of months because he brought a gun. This still has happened. But to your point, I've said it plenty of times. She's the only one trying to parent these kids. She's the only one trying to, and because Emmett ain't doing shit. So I'm saying, before you try to marry this piece of shit, like talk to him to be like, are you truly trying to commit your future to this dude? Like, it's again, she's the only one trying, but I'm like, it's the writer's fault. The line could have been better. Again, there's been plenty of shows where a woman's like, he needs to open the door for you. He needs to pay for, he needs to be a good man to you. Like, you could have it's just weird for the way she said Keisha's father actually died. Yeah, we know that. DeMarcus I know. I know.
But Keisha's father died years after the mom and dad years after him and Nina broke up.
Yeah, well, the funeral was in season 2, I think. But
they were divorced though.
Yeah. Okay, DeMarcus, I will acknowledge that the Peach Puss conversation was hilarious. Okay, and it was a bit much. It was hilarious. Like Jeff.
That was funny.
I'm grown, and Shanita's like, you know what pussy tastes like? Do you know what pussy tastes like? I'm like, do you know what dick tastes like? I was like, anyway. I was like, it just felt like, it always felt like Rafi going up against Jackie about you need some dick. I'm like, it was just unnecessary. I also I want to see Shanita and like Jackie friends, like those two hang out. Also, Bakari's sister, that's actually his real twin sister, right? Like in real life, so they look.
Yeah, she has his whole. Face. I was looking at her like they are really twins.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, either she's a handsome woman or he's a pretty man. But
exactly.
But it's like and I'm like, which one is it? I'm confused.
Yeah.
But I was like, but they look so much alike, right? And it's like, and it's great. I love the fact that they casted her to be a sister, and she's going to just die when he's dead. But Bakari killed Ronnie. Fuck Bakari. Like, I'm like, he deserves to be murdered. Like, I'm not saying he don't deserve a bullet. He absolutely deserves one. Okay. But he's had a great arc and he's redeemed himself the best that he can realistically the way he can. But he needs
and that's why he needs to go out just like Ronnie did. Ronnie had that same Ronnie had the same redemption arc. Like he redeemed himself, and then but the streets didn't forget. Right. So
right.
It should be the same way, and to be that would be kind of poetic in a sense.
It would.
Bakari gets out the same way that he took down Ronnie.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what is his great day? Ronnie had a perfect day. What is Bakari's? He gets back with I say it's Lene. He loves his like he gets back with Lene. She's like, hey, let's make this work. You know what I'm saying? And like he's like, you know what? Also to the other question, why is he not selling the books why didn't Bakari sell his books at Smokies or at the Smokies would make more sense, not the men's group. But yeah, I agree. He should be trying to sell his book, not drugs.
He didn't sell it yet is because no one's supposed to read it yet until after he dies.
Exactly. That's it, Chris. That's it.
The very first
bestseller. Bestseller.
No, he had an in-store at a bookstore the first episode of the season.
But I'm saying
no one bought it.
And nobody bought it.
Nobody bought it.
Yeah, no one bought it, so that means no one read it. So no one read it yet.
Just a girl he knows wants to sell dope at Smokies instead. I know Ronnie deserved a bullet too. Oh no, he did. No, he did. But I'm saying, but if you think, I'm saying, but to Chris' point, like they gave him enough redemption that you kind of forgot what he did that started this whole series, right? Like you forgot, and then he just got it right, and it's like, and so Ronnie Bakari was right from his perspective, like he was avenging his friend, right?
Yeah.
So you got to put it the other way around, right? And so Bakari, he has to drop for something. I mean, he's done a lot of shit, even if he just assisted. So they're not twins. She's older than him. He said.
They definitely look exactly alike. Like they
strong family.
Strong
genes. Like those genes are serious. Those genes are serious. Like they definitely have the same parents. Let's say.
Yes.
Anyway. No, but I thought I just thought that was something else. Anything else burn y'all before we say goodbye? There's something else in my head.
I want to ask y'all: are y'all high right now? Because I think I'm still a little. Because
I had some gummies earlier. No, I'm just joking.
I got a contact just from watching this episode. Like every other scene was a smoking scene. I was like, damn, I feel high.
It was a lot, but that's Lena Waithe. Like she is heavily into at least marijuana and drugs in general. So when she like took more creative control, that was definitely a thing that she brought to almost every episode if she can.
I'm like, why doesn't she have like some Shy branded marijuana or something? I'm like, you could just name it after the different characters, and if you get the Reggie, you know you got the bad weed.
Neva Cash's mother was actually a good woman for him. I don't remember them even being in a relationship, so I can't speak to that. I just know they haven't acknowledged Cassius or his mama. So I just don't know. Also, Amaya. Amaya talking to Keisha about how a man is supposed to treat you, and I'm like, this bitch. I'm like, hilarious. But like supposed to put a ring on you and love you. I was like, and then pay all your bills because neither one of you got jobs. Like last time I checked, like both of you are housewives. But at least Keisha's making an effort to be a good mama. But
what is Darnell doing? Like Darnell's not working either, is he?
So again, Darnell was working on speakers. I thought he was a plumber. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, and I was like, I think that's a personal thing to speakers. But didn't he have his own business where he was like, because he had his son with him. Yeah, it was like plumbing work or something he was doing.
Yes,
but it seems like it's like remember Jada? You guys remember when Jada, before Jada even got sick, she just stopped working. Remember, she was a nurse, and she had the relationship with the Latino nurse.
Yep, just stopped
and
working.
Then they just stopped. It was like you never see her at work ever again, and she never worked. Then she gets cancer.
Yep.
And automatically, I guess it's being paid for by insurance. What? Like where's her job? And that's the same thing they're doing with Darnell.
Obamacare, man. Obamacare got that.
But at least, thank Chris.
True, you know that could be it, Chris. Yeah.
Thank you for that segue.
Okay.
Made me mad.
Everything.
But they're in the convention center and they had the banners of like Black heroes and shit, and it was like Michelle and Barack Obama.
Oh.
And the first Black woman pilot was up there. And I was like, oh, and I said, where's Kamala Harris? Where's the first Black vice president of America? Where first woman vice president? Where is she at? Oh, that's right. Black community said, fuck her. That's right. I forgot. And I was like, and then I was watching, and then I thought about Nemesis because Obama was featured in that, and because he's Obama. Then I was watching something else, and I was like, "Oh, there's Obama there." I was like, "God damn it!" I was like,
"I guess we're looking at maybe African descent, and and Kamala is Haitian / or is it Jamaican? Is it Jamaican?
She's Indian. She's East
Indian and Indian and Jamaican descent. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So maybe, and not only that. I mean, when you talk about the Obamas, I mean that's Chicago. You know what I mean? So of course they're going to be there because that's Chi-Town. And I don't know. So the first female pilot, I don't know where she's from, but if she's from Chicago, I guess it would make sense. But I don't know.
I looked it up. She was born in Texas and died in Florida. I'm like,
oh, never mind.
And I was like, he's from Hawaii. But anyway, I was just like, but it just tickles me. It just tickles me how often Obama will be there. Anything post his election, he will be in the background somewhere. Like that's facts. Like they will make sure of that.
Come on, history goes to the winners.
Right. She won vice president. I didn't say president.
It's not the same though, David. It's not the same because she didn't. Because here's the deal: you can argue and say because she didn't win to become vice president. She some people look at it as like when you were vice president, it's someone that takes you along. Just like Joe Biden didn't win it for Obama. Oh no, Obama won and took Joe Biden with him. Same thing with Joe Biden. Joe Biden won and took her with him. So you don't look at it the same way. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? You just don't. No vice presidents. You know what I mean?
That's okay.
I'm like, so what? We gotta have Condoleezza Rice on the wall too? Like
you should. Okay, y'all really gonna. Obama,
Jamani, that's a good point, Jamani.
President. She married a man that became president. The only reason she will be known in history is because she married a man that became president. She didn't run for shit. Like she married a man that became president. If you talk about being carried along in the process, first ladies are carried.
But look at Jacqueline Kennedy. Look at Jackie Kennedy.
And they were carried along.
Jackie Kennedy's everywhere.
What about FDR's wife?
They're only famous because their husbands were famous because they became presidents.
I mean, sure, but they influenced. They created culture.
Are wives. That's it.
Okay, can we get back to the Chi, please?
Michelle Obama has done, as far as what she's done for our culture. I hate to just say it. I'm just saying it. She's done more for the culture, especially the Black culture and the Black female culture, than unfortunately Harris has done. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that Harris didn't do anything. I'm just saying people still look at if she comes up with another book, people will buy it. People will buy it. She has created like the stuff that she has as far as what she wears. People buy the same stuff that she wears or whatever. People aren't doing that for Harris. So I'm sorry. Her influence is a whole lot stronger than Harris has been. That's no shade at Harris.
I totally agree with Chris on that. But can we get back to the show? Please.
What happened to show 20? Anyway, I'm sorry. It just always tickles me. I'm sorry. But anyway, all right. So wrap it up. Anything else for the Chi, Kim? That you thought?
No. I mean, DeMarcus is saying, "Where is Keith?" I saw Keith in a movie on Tubi the other day. Do Don't or Don't Do It or something like that. It's written by Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston. Yeah, so he's doing a movie. Yeah, other than that, I guess which holiday is more important, Juneteenth or Father's Day? My birthday, Juneteenth. More important, period. End of story. Yeah, Father's Day is every single day. It's not one day. You're a father every single day.
All right, so what you're saying is we should get rid of Mother's Day then too, right?
No, I'm saying that. Yeah, mothers. I've said that my entire life. I'm a mother every single day. I am not. It doesn't change once you have a kid. It's just because they want to make it that one day that they celebrate you. I'm celebrated every single time I talk to my sons. Every time I hug them. Every time I kiss them. Every time I talk to them. So it's just another day.
That's
right?
good, Kim.
But my birthday, I'm happy to be here because I could be dead.
Yeah, you did not fall for my trap. You did good there. You know.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
I created this Indiana Jones trap, and you walked around it.
Is there anything for the show, Kim?
No, absolutely nothing for the show. I'm just on the ride. I mean, we can't make sense of a lot of stuff that goes on this show. I have to say, Lena Waithe, she was successful in the show because people are watching it, right? Yeah. And I'm happy that a Black woman who just happens to also be a lesbian was able to be successful with her own show, right? She's writing, she created it, she did all the things that we say we want Black women and men to do, and she's done it. Whether it's the greatest thing in the world, or or she still impacted Black America because we're watching it, right? So, yeah.
All right, thank you, Giovanni. Any final words?
Yeah, this is the first time that I can remember in like probably multiple seasons where they picked up right where they left off at in the last episode. And I'm like, they have ended pretty much probably all the episodes of this season on Nook and Tiffany, whether it was them having sex, the question of, what was Bakari talking about? So I'm like, whatever is happening with them, it's important for them to end every episode with them. So
that's good.
I see that being like the big part of the season, like to focus in on those two characters because everything revolves around them pretty much.
I like that. That's a good point. Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, so okay, I know I ask this like every single time I'm on here, but how many more episodes we got left?
6, bro. It's 10 episodes. So 6.
So we got 6 left. Yeah, we gotta move this along. I mean, story wise, just come on now. Like, I mean, I see Bakari. Just it's so funny that Jamani says like, yo, Nick's at 5. Well, I look at Bakari. I see Bakari at 7, but Bakari goes down at 7. Okay. That's how I look at it.
All right.
So, I don't want them. The fear I have is them trying to make this too much like The Wire, right? You know what I mean? What y'all were saying about the whole thing on Pop. The problem I have is that the way they kind of concluded The Wire, right? And I get it. There's not always any happy endings or whatnot. but you could kind of, it just did a gradual thing. What they're doing here is just more just doing a straight up 180. It just doesn't fit. You know what I mean? And that's, I feel like, I don't know if that's what they're thinking they're trying to do, is where they're like, hey, we want to have that same legacy like that Baltimore had with their show. And we want to do that over here in Chicago. And yeah, there's a lot of people watching, but nah, bro, this ain't it. Cause I feel like after this show, like after y'all end the show, I don't know if people want to go in and revisit it like people like I do every other year when it comes to The Wire. Every once in a while, I'm like, huh, you know what? It's been a minute since I've seen it. And I'll just rewatch. I've probably seen the entire series like a total like 8 times now. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so that's why I'm hoping. And I'm also rooting for the Knicks. Don't think there will be Game 5 though when they take them down. And I'm also looking forward to this tomorrow, UFC at 250, Freedom 250. So let's go. Let's get it.
Thanks, Chris. Yes, I remember the Latin dude Jada was dating. Every season it's a different plot. Nothing that happened last season got or getting addressed in this season. And Red should be in prison. Someone wrote the comment, and I'm sorry, I want to acknowledge I said the same thing. Why in the world would Bakari tell the Tiffany, you're choosing him over me? Yes. Who the fuck are you? Like,
that's a crazy line. That was a crazy line.
I was like, what? Was he thinking about Lene or something?
I was like, this is like the first conversation I ever seen you had with her in the entire show.
I was like, are y'all fucking? And we don't know this? Like, what is it? Like, am I missing something? Like, and he was genuinely upset. Like, he was like, you choosing him? Yes. I chose him over. I don't know. Anyway.
They cut some scenes we didn't see.
I feel like there's something missing. There's critical information. Anyway, thank you. I do like this. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. We go through a lot of directions with The Chi. I wanted this to be the last review because the show was eating me in my brain. But we're gonna finish this show out tomorrow. We got interview. We got the Vampire Lestat. The Vampire Lestat, and hopefully we get to his interview and his wonderful music. And we're gonna do all that. We're gonna do all that tomorrow and enjoy that. I hope you come back with us for that. Kim, you're on the Gemini Cancer. DeMarcus says, happy birthday.
She's right on the end. She's right.
So there you go.
Yep,
Kim.
I'm a Gemini.
Anyway, but truly, thank you guys very much for hanging out. And we will see you again. Hopefully, see you also in the comments. Thank you and good evening. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoy the view. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to do a go ahead.
Oh shit. Stacey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
Anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.